we're back with TSPN with Larry Bowler. Larry, how are you doing?
Hello, Richard. I'm doing well, thanks.
Former assemblyman, correct?
That's correct.
For the state of California, for our district here, or a district in Elk Grove, I guess.
Actually,
right?
it was Sacramento to Stockton, but that was way back a long time ago. That's ancient history.
That's right. Current history, well, ancient and current history, is the Recreational Railroad Coalition. I guess the ancient part is the railroad and the history of the railroad, but since then the Amador line has shut down for commercial use, and the RRC has come in, correct?
That's true. We actually bought the railroad about 3 years ago in conjunction with the Amador County Historical Society, so we're partners in the ownership.
And how much did you buy it for?
$1 whole dollar.
$1.
A buck. Can you believe
it reminds
that?
me of Trading Places, the movie, $1. So, but you have a lot of great events going on there, and the whole purpose of the Recreational Railroad Coalition is what?
Well, this is the only railroad in the nation that is totally dedicated to recreation and education. Mm-hmm. So on Saturday, we've got a group coming in called the Dodge Brothers Group out of the Bay Area. They drive old vintage 1920 vintage Dodge automobiles. Mm-hmm. They're going to come through Amador County, and they're going to stop at the railroad, which is down in Ione.
Right.
And we're going to give them an introduction to what we do to preserve and protect the Amador Central Railroad.
And appropriately, it's on Depot Road in Ione, correct?
No, it's on South Mill Street.
It's not Depot.
Depot Road is how you used to get to the old depot, but that depot has been given to the city of Ione now.
Oh, okay. So you guys are on South Mill Street, which is...
right in front of the junior high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's easy to see.
So these folks will arrive around 3 o'clock. It'll be about 8 to 10 of these old vintage cars. They're going to wind up spending the night up in Shenandoah Valley.
Okay.
But they wanted to stop and see what it is we do to protect and preserve the old railroad.
So you're going to have some interesting... You call them speeders, right?
Well, some people call them speeders. Their proper name is rail motor cars.
Okay.
But
you're going to have some different ones there.
Yeah, we're also going to have something, I've never seen one before, but it's called a rail rod. It is a small breakdown. You can actually put it in the back of your trunk of your car. And it was used by a railroad surveyor up until just a few years ago when he retired. And we're going to bring it over, and we're going to offer rides on that. Plus, a fellow's bringing his hand car, the old pumper car, in from the Bay Area. So we're going to have 3 different options: railroad speeders, railrod, and the hand car.
Is this railrod a one of a kind?
No, I don't think so. I've not seen one.
I've never heard of a car like that breaks down, that you can actually put together. Just the wheels alone have to weigh quite a bit.
Well, the wheels are only about that big around. I've got a picture of it.
That's it then, no big deal.
Well, yeah. The guy would use it to go out and survey the railroads. Mm-hmm. And it was just him and his equipment. And so this thing handled his job quite well.
Wow, I'd like to see that. That's something.
Well, come on out, you can see it.
That's something that I didn't even know they made something like that, a breakdown rail car like that.
I had seen pictures of them back east, but I had not seen any of them out here in the west.
Mm-hmm. And the pumper, do you usually have pumpers on site when you have events?
Well, our organization owns a hand car, but it's been rebuilt. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been built up. It's our version of a hand car. Mm-hmm. But the hand car that's coming in is a legitimate old hand car that was used back in the day.
Okay. Well, even though the Dodge Automobile Collector, Dodge Brothers Group are coming in, you're inviting other people to the event also?
If they want to come and look at the Dodge cars. Now, we're not in a position, we're only going to have about 5 or 6 actual speeders there.
Okay.
And then the railrod and the hand car. But so we're not opening up rail rides to the public. However, these old Dodge automobiles are worth coming out to see. And they're only going to be here for a few hours.
Yeah, and if anybody else wants to schedule another event outside of your regular events that you have, they can talk to you.
They can actually talk to me about that. Mm-hmm. We do events. We did one about 6 months ago for the Boy Scouts. Mm-hmm. I did not know this, but the Boy Scouts of America have a railroad merit badge.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do an event, which is a 2-day event, for the railroad, with the railroad. Union Pacific and Burlington Northern Santa Fe, the big railroad guys won't talk to them about it. Mm-hmm. So they talked to me, and I said, sure. I said, come out. They did a one-night camp out. We had speakers come in from Union Pacific and from Amtrak and from Operation Lifesaver.
That's great.
These kids, it was 12 of them out of Davis. It was a troop out of Davis. Came in and camped out in our old rail yard. And every one of them won their railroad merit badge, which is a rare item.
Right. You probably have some of our local Cub Scout groups wanting to do this now.
We're certainly willing to talk to them.
Tell us what else is going on with the Recreational Railroad Coalition right now.
Well, I have just stepped down as president about a month ago. We've got a new president now. His name is Grant Vogel. Grant has been involved. In fact, Grant was the one that originally told me about this railroad being available way back in the day.
I think Grant lives up in Amador City, too.
Grant lives in Plymouth.
Plymouth,
yeah.
Okay.
So he's a local. He's got a tremendous knowledge about railroads. He's a good man to talk to. So we're happy for the change in new blood.
You're still going to be active, though, correct?
So I'm still on the board, and I'm still active. Obviously, by being here, I'm still active.
That's right.
But yeah, to me, it's a hobby. But it's a hobby that's noble because it preserves historical old railroad corridors.
Tell us about this event again. The Dodge Brothers coming in Saturday, October 20th.
That's next Saturday.
At what time and where at again?
Well, we're actually going to gather at 9 o'clock and do a run on the railroad because we have 32 culverts that we have to be sure are clear to handle the rain if and when the rain comes.
Right.
We don't want the railroad tracks to wash out. So, and then we'll come back around noon in our speeders, and then the cars will arrive somewhere between 2 and 3.
Okay, people can look at the cars not available to go on the railroad that day.
That's
on the
correct.
line, but look at the cars at 2:30. And a phone number, Larry, in case people have questions?
The phone number would be area code 916-764-5110.
Okay, and I got a hard break
All right.
coming, or hard break on us, and we're going to go over to Heather right now and Dr. Simpson.